So these keywords and the key phrases which I would be emphasizing throughout my lecture will be certainly useful for identifying the factual, analytical and conceptual keywords and the key phrases which I would be emphasizing conceptual questions for the prelims examinations, as well as I will make you understand the importance of imbibing or inculcating or using the keywords and the key phrases in the answer writing, because answer writing, that is the mains, in the mains examination, which is the crucial one to just get to the next level of the interview, wherein your answers have to be precise and concise, so that once your answers are precise and concise to what is being demanded by the UPSC or State Public Service Commission, then your answers would score more marks or higher marks in the mains examinations. And once you score more marks or higher marks in the mains examination, so certainly you will be able to clear the mains and get ready for the interview also. So definitely my session will help you for prelims as well as mains examination, both for 2020 as well as 2021. And this session is in regards to the daily news analysis, that is today's 29th daily news analysis of the Hindu newspaper. And I would re-emphasize and reiterate my tagline, that is Sandeep Bhushan tagline, that is emphasizing on the keywords and the key phrases. So I would be emphasizing on the keyword and the key phrases which will be certainly useful for prelims as well as mains examination. So this is my tagline, that is emphasizing on the keywords and the key phrases. And before I get into the topic, I would say a very good morning to all, the one who is in the live chat and also in the live. So I would say very good morning to Vijaya, Praveen Kumar, Prakash Nani, Harika Yadav, Prasad, Madhu, Santosh Kumar, David Paul, Gopi Naik, Sujan Kasturi, Nandita Depa, RS Studio, Rahul, all, everyone, very good morning to you all. And now this is the quote of the day. Quote of the day. So I think you know this person, very famous person. I need not really tell about him, and I do not deserve to even talk about him also. What he says is, a winner is a dreamer. A winner is a dreamer who never gives up. So definitely all the civil servant aspirants, or else the one who are watching this video, and my students, that is you all, the would be civil servant, would be bureaucrats, definitely you would or you should be a winner. And you, to be a winner or a successful person or successful human being, you need to definitely dream. You dream it, you believe in yourself, you achieve it, and you will definitely have success. So what is very important is, for success you need to have dream, and winner is a dreamer who never gives up, and this is very crucial. You should never give up. Nelson Mandela has said this, and this is I like for the day, and I put it for you so that it would be a motivational quote of the day. A winner is a dreamer who never gives up, and I know very well you all will never give up until unless you succeed, and you succeeded with a proper strategy. And Dilip Bandi has joined. Very good morning to you. And now I'll get into the topic, that is the daily news analysis, and the news which is in the newspaper, that is in the front page, is China says disengagement at most localities along LAC is complete. So what is China saying? China is saying that disengagement at most localities, that is along the LAC, is complete. So what is that? The keyword we need to, or we will be focusing here, is disengagement. So I think till now you might be getting into the mode, or you have also had the option, or else in regards to making sure that you are into the mode of understanding the importance of the keyword in each and every news item, so I always take up this, like, in this, what is the keyword? So what is the keyword here? Disengagement. And this is how you need to also focus while you are reading not only the newspaper, that is in regards to the daily news analysis, but also your other subjects also. You need to keep on finding that, you need to emphasize, find out the keywords and the key phrases. And here in this news, the keyword is a disengagement. And what the China says is, in regards to the disengagement, what China says is that China says that almost all the areas, that is along the LAC, the disengagement along the LAC, the disengagement is complete. This is what the China says, the claim of the China. So we will look at what India is saying, or the Indian defense sources are saying that China has gone ahead. Here China says that disengagement is complete. But what India says is disengagement is partial. Please do understand. This is very important. The disengagement which is complete, which is partial. Complete, what is actually said is by China, and partial disengagement is being said, or it is been made a statement by India or Indian defense. So what is the disengagement? Is the one which is taking place at different places along the LAC. So we will look at the disengagement has been completed. So we will look at the areas wherein the disengagement has been completed, and also the disengagement wherein it is still incomplete or partial. So the one disengagement which is completed is at the PP14. What is PP14? PP means patrolling point. PP means patrolling point. What do you mean by patrolling? That means our Indian soldiers would be guarding, would be having a vigilance over the area. So that area, that point is called as patrolling point 14, and this point, patrolling point 14, is at the Galwan Valley. This you need to understand for the geography map base and also the conceptual understanding. So the first one is at the PP14, and the second one wherein the disengagement is totally completed is at PP15, which is situated at Gogra and Hot Spring. So there is a place which is very close to again Galwan Valley, called as Hot Spring or Gogra. Again, this I am saying it is very important for the geography map base. And there is another one wherein you have the partial disengagement. So the partial disengagement is at where? PP17A. That is the patrolling point 17. Point 17 patrolling point A. So this is also at the Gogra and Hot Spring area. This is also at the Gogra and Hot Spring area, and which we will look at, which is incomplete. So wherein the disengagement is incomplete. So here the first one is complete, second one is partial disengagement, third one is incomplete disengagement. So this incomplete disengagement is where? At the Pyangong Lake. So this is very important. Yeah, Pyangong Lake. When we are talking, you have the points called as finger 1 to 8, and the one which is actually the finger point, or the area which is really having kind of conflict, or else the Chinese troops are stationed, is at the between finger 4 and finger 8. Between finger 4 and finger 8 is the place wherein still the disengagement is incomplete. There is no, the Chinese troops are still stationed there. The tents are still erected. Erection of the tents are still present there, and then the Chinese troops are still patrolling at the finger 4 to finger 8. That is between finger 4 and especially finger 5. This area. So what is very important is completed, where it is completed, PP14, PP15. PP14 is at the Galwan Valley. This is very important. PP15 point is at Gogra and Hot Spring, and which is having partial disengagement. Complete disengagement, partial disengagement is PP 17A, that is patrolling point 17A, which is again very close to Gogra and Hot Spring, that area itself, and the incomplete disengagement is at the Pyongyang Lake. So what is very important that we are focused on, the keyword here in this entire news is disengagement. Disengagement is the keyword what we are focused, and the different points PP 14, PP 15, PP 17, and then Pyongyang Lake. And we have seen that there are different levels of talks which I've seen. I've also discussed. So what are the different levels of talks which are being taken up between India and China to resolve the LAC issue? To resolve the LAC issue is diplomatic level talks, military level talks. Fine, this is at the major level, and then commander level. Please do understand, these are all very important while you are writing answer. Diplomatic level talks, military level talks, and the third one is that I've also said this is in regards to the special representative level talks. Special representative level talks. So who were the one who were leading the special representative level talks between India and China to resolve the LAC or to resolve the issue along the LAC between India and China is from India Ajit Doval and from China Wang Yi. That is, Ajit Doval is National Security Advisor and Wang Yi or Wang Li is the Foreign Minister. National Security Advisor Ajit Doval, Wang Yi, that is Foreign Minister from China, that is at the or who have headed the special representative level talks. So this is very important. Yeah, Ministry of External Affairs, China from side. Yes, very good. Madhu, today you are very active. Nice, I like it. Okay. Anjanelu, very good morning to you. And Prakash Nani is asking, sir, what is PP 14 and PP 17? Okay, I'll tell you. See, once again, I will tell you. Nothing to worry, I'll tell you. Once I complete this, I'll tell you, Prakash. And apart from that, diplomatic level talks, military level talks, and the third one is special representative level talks, and the other one what has been taken up at the commander level talks, that is the last week. Just last week even have said it in my session also, that both India and China have gone into the meeting of in regards to the working mechanism for consultation and coordination. I said this, working mechanism for consultation and coordination, and this is in regards to what? India China border affairs. All this, please do understand this, because all this information will be useful while you are writing the mains examination or while you are writing the main points in the examination, that is in the mains. So we also have the working mechanism for consultation and coordination on the border affairs between India and China. So the commander level talks, I have also had the meeting in regards to the working mechanism for consultation and coordination. This is the keyword. Please do understand. This is the keyword. And whenever I am saying keyword, please do write it in your book. Please do write it in your book. Okay, now I'll get to the point what Prakash was asking. What are PP 14? So, if you look at this PP 14, that is patrolling point at Galwan Valley, patrolling point 15 at Hot Spring area, and then again patrolling point 17A at the Hot Spring area itself. So, what do you mean by patrolling? Patrolling means wherein our Indian soldiers are going ahead with or keeping vigilance, or they are going ahead with making sure that they are monitoring the situation. So patrolling is what you say, Indian soldiers are keeping vigilant over that area along the LAC. This is along the LAC, that is line of actual control. line of actual control. This I have shown it in my previous lectures, my previous videos. I have shown it, the line of actual control right from 1952 till what do you say now 1962, and again from till 2020. I mean, we have this till 1962, and now the LSE 1920 in the year from May, what China is claiming, that is the status quo. Okay, so patrolling, I think Prakash, you got the point. Patrolling means wherein our Indian soldiers are vigilant, or keeping that vigilant, or monitoring that area. And then K. Ramudu has joined. Very good morning to you, Ramudu. Welcome to AKS IAS Academy. That is daily news analysis by me. That is Sandeep Bhushan Tumala. And this is the Galwan Valley. This area is the Galwan Valley. So in the Galwan Valley, you have PP14 and PP15. This area. So this area, it is been completed. But in the hot spring, that is, you have the PP17A, which is partial disengagement. And here you have this is Pyangong So Lake. This is the lake, Pyangong Lake. So in the Pyangong Lake, there is still the Chinese troops are present there. They haven't still moved out of the area which they have entered into the Indian territory. This is hot spring areas and this is Galwan area. Fine. So this is the one, Pyongyang Lake. Here you have finger 1 to finger 8. So these are the areas, this area. So this one blue line is the Pyongyang Lake. So this area still the incomplete. It is incomplete in Pyongyang. So why I am saying this is because you need to understand for geography map based. Also you need to look at it. So apart from this, what we look at is the Siachen Glacier. Siachen Glacier is the world's highest battlefield. World's highest battlefield. And this area is in the POK region, Pakistan occupied Kashmir from here. Fine. And this is Gilgit and Baltistan place. And this path, this is what? This is CPEC. What is CPEC? Yesterday I have explained about China-Pakistan economic corridor. So above on that is the north of Gilgit and Baltistan or the Pakistan occupied Kashmir, you have China, that is Kashgar province of China. So from China to, again the last here is you have, I mean, the port, Gwadar port. So from Kashgar from China, that is Gwadar port in Pakistan, the CPEC travels. So this is what is again very important for you in regards to the prelims point of view. And you have another news which talks about at 2,967 tigers, India capacity at peak. So what is very important here is again making sure that we will look at our wildlife protection. Wildlife protection. Fine. So what does this news talks about? So this news talks about that there is a detailed survey. There has been a survey which has been taken up. Survey in regards to what? In regards to finding the number of tigers. So if we look at that survey, the detailed survey which has been taken up in India, is that it very clearly says that the Indian tiger, that is Indian tigers, when I am talking about Indian tigers, it is Royal Bengal tiger. Royal Bengal tiger is now the count of the Royal Bengal tiger is 2,967 in India. In entire India, the Royal Bengal tiger, the count is 2,967 in India. And in the world, what is the number of tigers in the world? It is 3,980 in the world. See, please do take this for prelims point of view. especially the one who is giving the state public service commissions, and also in regards to the UPSC also. So in India it is 2967 the count of the tigers, and in the world 3987. So totally India accounts for almost 70 to 75 percentage of the tigers population in the world. Please do understand, India contributes, or India has 70 to 75 percentage. Yeah. Yes. I will also say all that. Yeah. Yes, Ramesh, very good morning to you. Welcome to AKS IAS Academy and Daily News Analysis by Sandeep, Bhushan, and very well said, 1971 Wildlife Protection Act. Yes, definitely. That is why I have taken the keyword as wildlife protection. I have taken the keyword as wildlife protection, and on that, based on that, a survey of the Royal Bengal tigers, and India accounts to 70 to 75% of the total tigers of the world. And in regards to the tiger reserves or project tiger, you have a project called as project tiger, and in regards to project tigers you have the tiger reserves. So the tiger reserves which are part of project reserves are 50. So there are total 50 tiger reserves which are part of the project tiger. I will explain this also. This is also very important for mains and prelims point of view. So you have the tiger reserves which are part of the project tiger, and how many tiger reserves are being identified as part of the tiger reserves are 50. And if you look at that, this survey which talks about a third of it, that is one third of 50, that is 17 out of 50, that is one third tigers are outside the tiger reserves. So definitely one third of the tigers of the in entire India are outside the tiger reserves. Please do understand, are outside the tiger reserves, and 17 out of 50 reserves are approaching the peak of their capacity. So if you look at in the entire 50 tiger reserves, 17 are reaching the peak. What do you mean by peak? That means the count, the number of tigers are increasing. The number of tigers are increasing in 17 tiger reserves out of the total 50 tiger reserves which are part of the project tiger, which are part of the project tigers. Yeah. And Madhu says, Ramesh said Project Tiger 1972. Yes, Madhu says, what is tree strips regarding tiger conservation? Okay, fine. And this, I will. So what is important is, as I discussed, that one third are living outside the tiger reserves and 17 out of them are at the peak of their capacity. That means the population of the tigers are increasing, and it is a good move. Why it is a good move? Because it is the tigers. Why it is a good move? Because tigers are at the top of food pyramid. This is again very important keyword. The tigers are at the top of food pyramid. Look at this keyword, food pyramid. Probably you may or you may not, or you may skip it, but this is very important. This is very important. What is important? That the top of food pyramid, which the tiger is the top of food pyramid, and it is vital to maintain. These 2 points are very important for mains examination. Vital to maintain the ecosystem. So why the government of India or the Ministry of Environment and Climate Change, Ministry of Environment and Climate Change is very particular in regards to the census of the tigers and trying to make sure that they are going ahead with the detailed survey, because tiger is at the top of the food pyramid. Reason is one, food pyramid, and the other one is to maintain the ecosystem. So tiger is very important for the food pyramid and for the maintaining of the ecosystem. And for the first time in this survey, there is an attempt to segregate. There is an attempt to segregate. Segregate in the sense what? Differentiate. Segregate means vital. Vital means important. Vital means important. Vital means important. Ramesh. Vital, very important. Important to maintain the ecosystem. And segregate is like differentiate or you separate. Segregate is separate. So for the first time in this detailed survey, which is taken up by the Ministry of Environment and Climate Change, has taken the initiative to differentiate or separate the tigers which are present within the reserves, and the other one is in and out of reserves. And what I am saying using these keywords, please do understand, these are all very important while you are writing in the mains examinations, So for the first time, the detailed survey is trying to attempt to segregate or differentiate or to separate tigers which are within the tiger reserves and which are in and out of the tiger reserves, which are dependent on core reserves for sustenance. So definitely the survey for the first time, it is trying to find out to segregate or separate the tigers which are in the reserves, tiger reserves, which are sometimes in the reserves and sometimes they are moving out. Please do understand, this concept is very important. Why important? I will tell you. And in regards to the tiger reserves, the Nagarjuna Sagar Srisailam Tiger Reserve, NSTR, is the largest one in the country, and definitely even the numbers of the tigers are increasing even in the Nagarjuna Sagar Srisailam Tiger Reserves. And this tiger reserve is in the AP and Telangana, both AP and Telangana, total 5 districts. It is covering Nagarjuna Sagar Srisailam Tiger Reserve is between, or it is among the two states, that is AP and Telangana, and covering 5 districts from both the states, and 5 when we are talking 3 from AP and 2 from Telangana district. What is that? We will look at it. Fine. And then you have this tiger census. What do you mean by tiger census? That is trying to find out the number of tigers, and this again is very important for prelims, because who takes care about or who looks into the tiger census? That is Wildlife Institute of India, is carried out by Wildlife Institute of India and National Tiger Conservative Authority. Please do understand, this is very important. National Tiger Conservative Authority. Yes. David Paul. Yesterday I was talking about it. Very good. It is renamed as Rajiv Gandhi Wildlife Sanctuary. I will also focus that once. Nagarjuna Sagar, I am really happy that you are all following it very seriously. Very happy. And this tiger census is carried out by both, that is Wildlife Institute of India and the National Tiger Conservative Authority, and which has said the AP has 48, Telangana has 26 tigers, and then the tigers in the Corbett Tiger Corbett National Park or Tiger Reserves, which is in Uttarakhand, state. You have here again something we need to look at it. You have the tigers which are within the reserves, you have the tigers which are utilizing it, 266, that means which are in and out. That is what I said. Please do understand this concept, in and out, because for the first time this survey is attempting to segregate the targets which are within the reserves and which are in and out of the reserves for depending on their food. So in the Corbett National Park or Tiger Reserves, which is in Uttarakhand state, 231 are within the reserves, 266 are utilizing. That means, see, the number is more when the tigers are moving in and out of the tiger reserves. And Kana in Madhya Pradesh, 88 are inside, 108 are dependent on it. Look at it. That means in and out. The Pench reserves in Maharashtra, bench reserves in Maharashtra. 53 are inside, 82 are utilizing. So that is why this survey, the detailed survey, for the first time, they're trying to identify which are the tigers which are totally within the reserves and the tigers which are in and out of the reserves for the food, for the source, for the food. That is why it is important for prelims as well as mains examinations. Prelim as well as mains examinations. Please do understand why I am taking so much of pain to make you understand is that you need to get into the right mode of preparation for prelims as well as mains examinations. So Corbat in Uttarakhand, Madhya Pradesh, that is Kanha in Madhya Pradesh, and then Pench Resource in Maharashtra, and then Nagarjuna Sagar Sri Salem Tiger Resource, which is in AP and Telangana. IP Narayana Ardapula, very good morning to you. And then Mallesh Kurma is also joined, very good morning to you. Ram Kumar Aluwala is joined, very good morning to you all. And now I'll get into the other part. What the survey says is that the density, tiger densities, that is more number of tigers. Density is more number of tigers. Here in this case, you have population density, human density, and also here tiger density. That is number of tigers per square kilometer. So you have the thickest or more number of or else highest tiger densities in Terai region and Shivalik region. So Terai is where? Terai is bordering Nepal and Uttarakhand. Nepal and Uttarakhand. Terai region, Nepal and Uttarakhand. Shivaliks again you have from UP, Uttarakhand and Nepal area. So you have this, the more number of density or the highest tiger densities you will find it in Terai and Shivalik areas, that is the Himalayas. Fine. And the number of the tigers which are the highest density are 10 to 16 per 100 square kilometers. This information is again very important for prelims point of view. So if you look at here, see Uttarakhand, you have this Uttarakhand and you have Nepal. So you have the Terai regions which is again bordering the Uttar Pradesh also. Uttarakhand and Uttar Pradesh. So Terai region and the Shivalik. So for your better understanding, I have put the Shivalik. You have the different ranges of in Himalayas also. Lower Himalayas, Middle Himalayas, Upper Himalayas. Fine. So Shivalik, that is also very important for geography map based. It falls under which Himalayas. So again we will look at the definition in regards to what is the reserves. Reserves means what? That is what I was talking about, the tiger reserves. So what is the reserve? The word reserve in the tiger reserves is it is a source and a suitable place for growing of tiger population because prey availability and territory. Why I have said? Because it is at the top of the food chain. I have said that is what it is. Reserves means reserve is an area which is a source and which is suitable for the tiger growing or what is a multiplication of the tiger population. Why? Because there is more of prey. Prey in the sense it's food, tiger's food or animals which it can attack and then have it as a source, as a food. And what is the other point is that whenever these tigers are being crowded, these crowded tigers are moving out of the reserves. Please do understand, that is what we were talking about, in and out and within. So whenever there is crowded, that means more number of tigers are there. So these tigers are venturing out in the sense they are moving out from the source. What source? That is reserves. Source means here reserves, right? That means from within the tiger reserve they are moving out and form sinks. That is they are supporting themselves. Form sinks. That means they are forming groups and supporting themselves. And now this is a wildlife population dynamic. This is wildlife population dynamics, and this is in regards to the tigers. So tigers, when we are talking about, it is in regards to the source sink relation. This is very important keyword for the mains point of view. So what is important is the wildlife population dynamics, wherein this wildlife population dynamics is trying to find out the understanding about the source and sinks, that is within and moving out, in and out of the reserves, that is tiger reserves, that is source sink relation. Please do understand, these are very important keyword for the mains. I'm saying mains examination. So wildlife population, because all these keywords have to be mentioned in your mains, thereby you will score high marks in the mains examination. So the wildlife population dynamics is about, what is wildlife population dynamic? It is about understanding the source sink relation of tigers, why they are moving out of the reserves, it is definitely in regards to the food, and then they wanted to have a separate group. And at the same time, the Ministry for Environment, Forest and Climate Change is also working on a program, to deal with the challenge of human animal conflict. So this is again very important, to deal the challenge of human animal conflict. Conflict in the sense, like you have fight, conflict is fight. So the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, who is the Minister, Prakash Javadekar, they are working on a program. What program? How to deal with the challenge of human animal conflict, and this is a keyword for your mains examination. For your mains, you might get this question in regards to the human animal conflict. Why I am saying so is, this is based on the tigers I am talking about, wherein the ministry itself has come up with the working on a program to deal with the challenge of human animal conflict. Why? Because there is causing of deaths of animals. So we have seen recently in the Kaziranga National Park or tiger reserves, I did explain about this. Where is Kaziranga? Assam. So Assam was flooded. So because of that, many animals, and in our discussion we were talking about the rhino. Rhinos are moving out of the Kaziranga National Park, because the entire almost Kaziranga National Park or tiger reserve is flooded because of the Assam floods. So there again, what is happening is, in the Kaziranga National Park, you have the national highway which is passing the Kaziranga National Park. Because of the national highway, there is again human animal conflict, that is the deaths of animals because of the national highway, because vehicles moving of the vehicles on the national highway, which is through the Kaziranga National Park. And that is what the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change is working on a program to deal the challenge of the human animal conflict. And I say with great grit that it is very important for mains examination. One on rhino, yes. And when we are talking about this density, highest density of tigers in the Terai and Shivalik hills. Why? Because of the tall grass. Because of this, it is a safe place for them. That is why the highest density is happening there. And Yashwant Kumar has joined. Sarath, very good morning. Azmat, very good morning to you. Yeah. And now I'll get into the next one. So this is about the Nagarjuna Sagar Sri Salem Tiger Sanctuary, which has actually come up, or they have officially declared in the year 1978. and it was recognized by the Project Tiger. It was recognized by the Project Tiger in 1983, and it was renamed as Rajiv Gandhi Wildlife Sanctuary in the year 1992. And then the districts which are spreading, that is the Nagarjuna Srisailam Tiger Sanctuary or reserves, is between AP and Telangana, that is five districts, which is Kurnool, Prakasham, and then Guntur, Nalgonda, and Mahbub Nagar. This might be very important in regards to the State Public Service Commission, and this is spreading across the Nallamalla Hills. Nallamalla Hills. And what is that the Tiger Reserve Sanctuary passes is the Srisailam and Nagarjunasagar multi-purpose or the multi-purpose reservoir or the dams, multi-purpose reservoir. And what is the area of it? That is 3,568 square kilometers. So this is very important for prelims point of view, and this is an additional information which I am giving for you. This is an additional information for prelims point of view, especially State Public Service Commission, AP and Telangana. So this is the Nagarjuna Sagar Srisailam Tiger Reserves, which the Krishna River, which is on River Krishna. This is very important. So River Krishna passing through this. So you have the Srisailam Hydro Electricity Project on it, and so this is Krishna River, and you have the Nagarjuna Sagar, and then you have the Nagarjuna Sagar hydroelectric project here, and then you have the Srisailam electrical project here. So there are two electrical projects on River Krishna, and that River Krishna is passing through the Nagarjuna Sagar Srisailam Tiger Reserves area. Fine. So now I'll talk about even in regards to the Project Tiger also. This is again additional information which I am giving. So the Project Tiger has been initiated in the year 1973, April 1st. And why this was? To save tigers. So why the Project Tiger was initiated is to save the tigers. Which tigers are we talking about? Definitely Royal Bengal Tigers. And it was launched in Jim Corbett National Park, which is in Uttarakhand. That is Jim Corbett National Park, which is in Uttarakhand. And this is a centrally sponsored scheme. So as it is a centrally sponsored scheme, it is very important for prelims point of view. As it is a centrally sponsored scheme, that is the Project Tiger, it is very important for prelims. And centrally sponsored scheme of the Project Tiger, which is again under the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, and Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. And this is administered by whom? National Tiger Conservative Authority. Please do not get confused with when there is a question in the prelims that Project Tiger is a centrally sponsored scheme under the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. That is right. And it is administered. It is not administered by Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, but it is administered by National Tiger Conservative Authority. It is taken care, administered, sponsored by the ministry, but it is taken care by the National Tiger Conservation Authority. These are the tricks, or these are the one which you need to keep it in mind. And UPSC or State Public Service Commission, in the prelims there is a chance to get confused. So it is administered by National Tiger Conservation Authority. And how many are there in the Project Tigers? That there are 50 tiger reserves. 50 tiger reserves are there in the Project Reserve, and it is administered by, again as I said, National Tiger Conservative Authority. This I have said, I have explained yesterday, but for a benefit of the others also I am saying, because it is a centrally sponsored scheme, I have said this. And a summary of the report. What report I am talking about? The first line which I have spoken about in this entire news, that a detailed survey. This is the first line of the entire news, a detailed survey. And this detailed survey is in regards to the entire tiger population, and the summary of the report, that detailed survey report has been given up. I mean, summary of the report. What is the summary of the report? Tigers, co-predators and prey. This is very important. This is a keyword. It could be again asked in the mains. It could be asked in the mains. So what is the report of the summary of the details survey report summary? It is called as tigers, co-predators and prey. So predators and prey, which was announced by our Prime Minister Narendra Modi on, that is, July last year, 2019. So this, please do take it into consideration. The what is that report called as? It is this. So these are the tiger reserves which are in India. So generally Ranthambore and then Corbett and also this Kaziranga, and you have Simlipal. I have also mentioned this Simlipal recently. Recently also I have spoken about this Simlipal. I don't know how many of you remember. This was, I was talking about in regards to the tribes in Orissa. When I was talking about tribes in Orissa, how they are not maximum infected by COVID-19, how they are not infected, or how they are safe from the COVID-19, tribes in Orissa. Then I was talking about Simlipal tiger reserves. All these, please do, what do you say, keep it in mind, tiger reserves, because these are all very important. You might be thinking that this is a news which I have said daily and then you forget it. No, you need to keep a track of all this. So Simlipal tiger reserves, I did discuss in my lecture recently. Kaziranga National Park I did discuss, and then in regards to the Nagarjuna Sagar, today we discussed about Jim Corbett, we discussed about the Madhya Pradesh Pench here. See, look at, you have in Madhya Pradesh. So all these are very, very important, and Sariska is also very important. So all this, please do take care, because a couple of months I also discussed in my YouTube channel Nagarhole and this tiger reserves also, Bandipur. So all these reserves, tiger reserves, please do take it into consideration for prelims point of view. And this is how you need to keep on focusing for the prelims and mains examination. And then Shivakumar has joined. Very good morning, Shivakumar. And there is another news which talks about COVID-19 will lead to rise in child wasting. So what is the keyword here? Child wasting. And this is the, what do you say, almost for the first time this is in the news. So what is the keyword you need to focus here in this is child wasting. So many of them will certainly get confused with the word child wasting. But what does this child wasting means? It means lower weight for height. So it is weight versus, or weight against height. So as per the height, you should have the weight. So this is what the term is called as child weighting, and I would say it very clearly. Please do make sure that the child wasting is the keyword which you need to focus for both for prelims as well as mains examinations. And this is how you need to keep on focusing on the newspaper, daily newspaper. Okay, Ramesh says here, can you me 50th tiger reserve or 50th? So these are all, you have it in the information, you have it. I mean, sometime later on also I can provide you that, or you will also get it. Don't worry about it. And why this is in news? Because a study has been conducted. A study has been conducted and it is published in a journal called as The Lancet. The Lancet. And there they are talking about the global prevalence, that is global impact on the child wasting. Global impact on the child wasting, that is lower weight for height or weight against the height of the kids. That is, now what it says is that study of the Lancet. This is the journal wherein the study has been published in regards to the child wasting, and there they are talking about, yeah, child welfare. Yes, absolutely, child welfare, and very clearly it is malnutrition. Malnutrition. This is important in regards to the malnutrition. Malnutrition. This is very important. Gopi Naik, very well said. And Satish has joined. Very good morning to you. Gopi, it is in regards to the welfare, child welfare, and focusing on malnutrition. Childhood malnutrition. Childhood malnutrition. And this is very, very important for prelims and mains. I'm saying it, reiterating it, I'm underscoring it and emphasizing it. This concept, child wasting. So what they say is, in 2020 the child wasting could rise to 14.3%, and this would add to what, 6.7 million children. And this child wasting is again in regards to what, it is in regards to the kids or children who are below 5 years, less than 5 years, less than 5 years. These are all very, very important, less than 5 years. And why is this happening? Because of the disruption. Because of the disruption. Why disruption? Because of the national lockdown, or because of the COVID-19 pandemic situation, or because of the global supply chain system. Because there is total disruption. Disruption in the sense, there is definitely, there is negative impact on the global supply chain system. Please do understand this keyword, global supply chain system. Because of the disruption in the global supply chain, that is because of the COVID-19 pandemic situation. Because of that, the children's below 5 years, the increase of child wasting is taking place, and it will raise to 14.3%. And additional this year it will increase to 6.7 million children's, and the total figure, in the world is now, by 2020 it will be 53 million, 53.7 million in the world. And only because of the disruption of the COVID-19, or because of the global supply chain system, it will add to 6.7 million this year 2020, and this will add to the entire in the world child wasting global prevalence is 53.7 millions under 5 years, less than 5 years children. And before, what do you say, before pandemic it was 47 million, it was 47 millions. This is before pandemic, and after pandemic it will be 53.7 millions. Why? Because of the addition of 6.7 millions during the COVID-19 pandemic situation. And why? Because it is because of the disruption of the global supply chain system. So when I'm saying about the global supply chain system, it is in regards to the food system. It is a disruption in the food system, and it is in regards to the access to the healthcare services. Please do understand, all these are very, very important when you are writing the mains. These keywords are very important. That is in regards to the disruption in the food system, unavailability of the food or the food system, and then the other one is in regards to the access to the healthcare services. And these two are the reason for the entire disruption of the global supply chain system, and that is causing the child wasting increasing to 14.3% of increase in number, 6.7 millions. Before pandemic, globally it is, globally it is 47 millions. After this pandemic it will be 53.7 million. So the keyword is child wasting. Please do understand, this is very, very important. Many of them will skip it, but it is very important. And what is the title of this study? The title of the study is impact of COVID-19. This is very important. Probably you never know, this could be the direct statement in your mains examination. This could be a direct question as a statement in your mains examination. Impact of COVID-19 on childhood malnutrition. Malnutrition in the sense wherein they are not getting the required amount of nutrition. Children below 5 years are not being provided the required nutrition food, that is micro and micronutrients, which the children have to get it or they have to be given. Childhood nutrition and nutrition related mortality. What do you mean by mortality? That is death cases. So not only in regards to the malnutrition, because of the malnutrition, the mortality rates. So the title is of the study which has been conducted and which has been published in the journal called as Lancet is the impact of COVID-19 on childhood malnutrition and nutrition related mortality. This please do take it very serious. And for your information, everyone who is listening this my lecture, I will post a PDF. I will post a PDF on my Telegram link. Of the problems or the massive problems which are growing in regards to malnutrition in India. I will provide a PDF on my Telegram link, that is massive problem growing of malnutrition in India. So this PDF I will provide you, because this PDF what I will link it or I will provide it on my Telegram link will be useful to linking it with the child wasting concept. So please do try to find it by the end of the day. Maximum I will do it by end of the day. And the other news is no indication virus is seasonal. So WHO is talking about that virus is not seasonal. Virus is not seasonal. So who is saying this? WHO is saying this. So generally there is a misconception that the summer might, in the summer the virus might be killed, or it will not be so highly prevalent in summer, and winter it will be less impact. In summer it will be less impact, and winter or rainy it will be a high impact in regards to the virus. But what the WHO or else the WHO spokesperson Margaret Harris has made it very clear that there is nothing of such that is which talks about virus is not seasonal. Nothing is in regards to the seasonal or unseasonal. The same kind of impact is been happening across the globe onto the countries which are experiencing summer at this time and also winter at this time. Both are there, and both the countries across the globe which are experiencing the summer and winter are seeing this surge or increase in infection or virus cases or SARS-2 or COVID cases, COVID-19 cases. Yes, COVID-19 also infant mortality rate because of the schools being shut down. Because schools being shut down, and because the schools are being shut down, what is happening is the midday meal program is almost cancelled. When it is cancelled, that is the kids are not getting or not having the nutritious food. So this will again lead to child wasting. So these are the points which you can also add it. That is why I said it will be very, very important for the mains point of view, child wasting. Very well said, Madhu. And what is that the spokesperson, WHO spokesperson is saying that the hardest hit countries are in the midst of the different seasons. So US is in summer now, but we see that some US is at the top of the infectious cases in the world. In the world, 1,48,000 deaths. And then Brazil, which is experiencing winter, is also with the 87,000 deaths. So there is nothing that the summer is safer. That is a false belief. That is what the WHO is saying. That summer is safe is a false belief. Is a false belief. But what we need to look at is we need to get into the mode of imbibing or following the guidelines. Imbibing or following the guidelines. What are that? Maintaining physical distancing, hand washing, and then wearing mask. These are the guidelines which we need to maintain. Physical distancing, hand washing, and wearing a mask has to be taken care rather than just thinking that summers are safe. No, it is a false belief. That is what the WHO spokesperson, that this person is WHO spokeswoman Margaret Harris. And then we should not look at the flu lens, but we need to look at that flu behave. That is, we need to change or we need to amend the human behavior. We need to change our behavior. What is that? In following the guidelines. That is physical distancing, hand washing, wearing a mask, and always covering up when you are sneezing or coughing, staying at home while you have some symptoms, isolation of cases or quarantine. So these are the areas or these are the guidelines which we need to follow. And what is very important is change in human behavior is important rather than thinking that summer is safe. No, winter is not safe. No, this is a false belief. This is a false belief. So that is what the WHO spokeswoman Margaret Harris is making it very clear. Infant mortality rate is the age between 0 to 1 year. Due to lack of hospitalization facilities to poor, and they are fearing of COVID-19 in the facilities. Yes. And what Rahul says is, what is your opinion on opening the educational institutions? I think the best opinion can be considered by WHO, and that is globally. And then in regards to the India, it is in regards to the Union Health Ministry, as I said, and also the State Health Ministry. And I said, I have taken one session, what that is in the news, daily news analysis. I have said the Union Health Ministry has asked all the state health ministers to talk to the parents, to take the advice or the or notion of the parents whether they are ready to send their kids to the schools, whether they are ready to send their kids to the schools. So parents survey was being conducted, and it was only Assam which said that they can start the school by August 1st, and Delhi said probably in the month of Delhi said probably in the month of September, and the many states, the rest of the states say that we do not know. That means it's always at this situation or these kind of very delicate situations, it is very important we take the guidelines or we follow the Union Health Ministry in regards to the opening of the schools. And not only that, the Union Health Ministry will actually look into the report and it will actually wait for the green signal from the Union Home Ministry. And then they will take a call. So Rahul, I think you understood it. So definitely India Health and Home Ministry will take a final decision. Yes. Sohail says Assam, Delhi, yeah, I said to start the schools. Yes, definitely. School safety plan. Very well said, David. Very well said. Yes, it is called as school safety plan. I am really feeling proud because you are definitely getting, I mean, everyone is being benefited by AKS IAS Academy daily news analysis by me, that is by Sandeep Bhushan, because it was discussed long back. And then David, you really have what you say are keeping in track. This is very important. That is why I said the keywords school safety plan. Very well said. Very well said. Soil also, you are also following it. Very well said. Madhu, everyone. So I am very happy that my sessions or AKS IAS Academy's daily news analysis by Sandeep Bhushan, that is by me, is being helpful to many of the civil servant aspirants. I really like that. And there is one more news. Yeah, Rahul says even HRD. Yes, along with the Union Home Ministry, HRD. So HRD, Union Home Ministry, and Union Health Ministry, all three together will take a decision in regards to the school safety plan. And there is one more news which talks about rural lending reviving agricultural gives hope. So definitely what is very important is the keyword here is that you need to focus is that reviving reviving of economy. So economy, when I'm talking about rural economy, so this is a keyword in this. This is a keyword. So what you need to focus is reviving or revival of the rural economy, reviving or rural of the reviving or revival of the rural economy. And in this regards, the CII, what is CII? The Confederation of Indian Industries have said that there is a sign of V-shaped recovery. So there are different shapes of recoveries. I will explain you. In fact, I have taken this in one of my YouTube channel almost 1.5 to 2, almost 2 months back. Almost 2 months back, have taken this news. But again, for the benefit of the AKS IAS Academy students or the viewers, I'll definitely again look at the what are the different shapes of the recovery. So what the Confederation of Indian Industry says that the Indian rural economy will have a early signs of V-shaped recovery, after the national lockdown, and that is because of it will have a V-shaped recovery because of which areas? Because of agriculture, because there is progress in agriculture, there is a what is a prosperity in agriculture and rural lending. And this, please do, keywords are very important in agriculture and rural lending. And the other one is that is a positive trend in the FMCG. What is FMCG? Fast moving consumer goods. Fast moving consumable or consumer goods, fast moving consumer goods. And the other one is pharma industries, pharmaceuticals, and the fifth one is construction. So these are very important. So why the Confederation of Indian Industry is saying that there would be a early signs of V-shaped recovery post the national lockdown? Because these are the reasons. What are the reasons that we will, the Confederation of Indian Industry is saying that there would be a V-shaped recovery after the national lockdown is, the reasons are because there is a progress in agriculture, there is a progress even in the rural lending. What is rural lending? I will say you. And then in regards to the, there is a positive signs in regards to the fast moving consumer goods. What are those? We will look at pharma industries and then construction. So these 5 areas are the one which are actually posing a positive trend in regards to the economic revival. Economic revival. Fine. And then when we are talking about the rural lending, so when we are talking about rural lending, that is rural lending is being done by NBFCs. What are NBFCs? Non-banking financial corporations. So what will happen is here the RBI will pump money into the nationalized banks, and nationalized banks will pump money into NBFCs, and NBFCs will further give loans by pumping money into the MSMEs, micro, small and medium enterprises in the form of loans. So this is what rural lending. So rural lending, that is in regards to the unorganized sectors or informal sectors, are the one which are being taken care in regards to the lending. Lending is what? Lending the money in the form of giving loans, in the form of giving loans, or in the form of, what do you say, making sure that the loan facility is being provided. So RBI pumps money into the nationalized banks. Yes, nationalized banks into NBFCs like MSMEs, or else like NABARD. Yes, NABARD. You have various others. I will also mention. You have also the regional rural banks. Fine, and then you have cooperative banks. Various. Fine. So MSMEs, NABARD, and then regional rural banks, and then cooperative banks. All this, through this, what will happen is, again, the rural, the unorganized sectors, informal sectors, and again agriculture related allied sectors, agriculture allied sectors also will improve, will improve. So the rural lending, so what is very important is rural lending, agriculture, FMCG, pharma industry and constructions are the one which are showing a very important trend or positive trend in making sure that there would be an early signs in the V-shaped recovery. And the positive indicators is that GST collection is taking place, railway freight traffic, that means there is increase in usage of the railway for the freight, that is usage of the goods moving from one place to another place or cities to another cities. And then petrol consumption is also increased, and the peak power demand, that is more of, that is again industrialization or ancillaries or factories are have started, economic activity has started. And the fifth one is electronic toll collection. So definitely the collections are also increasing. And the last but not the least, that is very important, is bumper harvest, that is agriculture sector, that is the primary sector, agriculture and plus allied sector, agriculture allied sectors are in the wake of normal monsoon. So definitely it is a important one, wherein all these are showing a positive indicators. Please do understand, this is important. Positive indicators: V-shaped economy, agriculture, rural lending, FMCG, pharma sectors or construction, and then agriculture sector is a beacon of hope. That is what CII is saying. So now, which is the sector? Because we know that the government of India since 1950s, or right from the first 5-year plan, we have seen they have been focusing on the secondary or tertiary sectors. There is not much of focus on the primary sector. But if you look at now that is 2020 COVID-19, because of the COVID-19, now which is the one which is actually a beacon of hope is the agriculture, which is the primary sector. So look at it here again, we are focusing again in regards to the economy. Look at it, how I am trying to link it, how agriculture sector was not really taken into consideration. They were focusing on the secondary or tertiary sector, that is industries, fine. But now the beacon of hope for the economic revival or economic activity or business revival is agriculture, that is the primary sector. And many of them are getting into the mode of practicing the agriculture, because it is far better, safe, and then it is also going ahead with reaping benefits, and an increase in eating at home, sanitation, hygiene, this falls under FMCG. So the one consuming, eating eatables, hygiene, sanitation. All these are part of the FMCG, fast moving consumer goods. This is also increasing. And then what is very important is, this is, you can take it as a conclusion here for this. What is the conclusion? In order to nurture the nascent, that is just immediately, which is just beginning signs of recovery. This is the initial signs of recovery. So for that, to nurture in the sense to, again, what you say, take bring the momentum up, or to search the recovery. What is important is to mitigate in the sense to reduce or lessen the uncertainties that are currently prevailing regarding restrictions. So what are the uncertainties which are in regards to restricting the or damaging the economic activity, or has damaged the economic activity? They have to lessen it so that the signs of recovery is increasing, and these are the possible 4-letter possible economic recovery, and this is additional information I am giving. This is not in the newspaper. In the newspaper you have only V-shaped, that's it, one word, V-shaped recovery. That is what CII has said, but I have taken this. So what is V-shaped here? So this one, the first one we take, that is, you have the growth which is normal, steady, fine. All of a sudden there is a fall. There is a fall in the economic or the GDP or the growth. The fall in the growth, and after that what will happen is gradual increase will take place. That is the surge in the sense increase of the economy will take place, and then it will slowly stabilize. It will stabilize. So this is V-shaped. Sharp increases, yes. So it is, first is normal, steady, and then all of a sudden it will fall, and then it will increase, and it will be stable. So this is what you say V-shaped. And U-shaped is, you will have a steady, you will have a steep fall, immediate fall. But to surge or to increase or to recovery, it will have this gradual increase will take place, and then it will be steady. Here look at, it is gradual, that is why it is U-shaped. And then you have W shape. That means there is a steady growth, all of a sudden there is a fall, and then there is again an increase, and again there is a fall, there is an increase, there is a fall, fine, and then again it is surging, increasing. So that is W shape. It is the shape of W. It is a fall, it will increase, again it will fall. Before stabilizing it will fall, and then again it will slowly increase. And then in the L shape you have a steady growth and you have a steady fall, and then here you don't have any increase. That is, there is no recovery. When I am saying increase or surge, there is no recovery. When from the point which has fallen, rather than what you said, this economy is still further falling down, it will only stabilize. Here you do not see any kind of recovery. You don't see, only stabilizing the recovery. So these are the four: the V-shaped, the U-shaped, the W-shaped, and then this is the fourth one is L-shaped. And this is very important for the prelims point of view in regards to the economy. So this is an additional information which I have taken it for the benefit of the civil servant aspirant, that is for you all, or to you all. And this is the question for the day for the mains examination. Okay, thanks Ramesh. So I always try to make sure that the impact will be, positive impact will be on the student, that is the civil servant aspirants who are preparing for the UPSC or State Public Service Commission. And this is how you should also focus. This is how you should also focus on the keywords. So why I'll say is, see, the keyword here is V-shaped. If you are not focusing on the V-shape, finish. You have lost one question, one answer. That is what is important. I always say my tagline, that is Sandeep Bhushan tagline, is emphasizing on the keywords and the key phrases, and this is very important. And that is what the CII is talking about. There would be an early signs of V-shape, and this is the question for the mains. The COVID-19 pandemic has given an India an opportunity to voice the rights of the South Asian migrants and bring the South Asia and Gulf migrants corridor within the ambit of SARS, ILO and UN Convention. I don't know how many of you are understanding this, but I will explain you. This I have given the question based on the migration, which has taken place at the time of national lockdown. Migration from cities to villages. And because of this, what has happened is that we have seen the labor crisis, or definitely the migration or migrant crisis. And here the migrant crisis, when we are talking about the migrant and their labor rights, or you can say migrant versus labor rights. So what were the rights which were totally squeezed by various states in India of the migrant workers at the time of the national lockdown, when the government of India wanted to go ahead with economic recovery, or business revival. So the government of India and the state governments have squeezed the labor rights of the migrants, and that is what is important. What the other side of it is, India has brought in the migrants, or you can say migrant workers or diaspora. Migrant workers or diaspora, that is Indians living across the world in various states. Especially India has brought all the migrants at the time of COVID-19 pandemic situation in regards to the or on the Vande Bharat mission, Setu Samudra mission. India has brought, or Indian Navy has brought, all the Indians who were living, or the diaspora living in various other countries, especially in South Asia and also in the Gulf, the Persian Gulf countries, Southeast Asia, South Asia Ender, and then Gulf countries also. So I have also discussed this Vande Bharat mission and Setu Samudra. So, and then they have also, Indian government has also come up with a concept called as Swadesh. Fine. That is, they have taken into consideration of all the migrants who have brought back to India. They have taken note of the number of Indians who have come to India, back to India, who are skilled workers and who are semi-skilled workers. So this, they are having the data in this Swadesh, which is by the government of India. So this is the background information I am giving. So based on this, the question is the COVID-19 pandemic has given India an opportunity, to voice the rights of the entire, not only India, but the rights of the South Asian migrants. So here we are talking about India taking a lead role. India taking a lead role in making sure that it focuses on the rights, of the migrants, that is South Asian migrants, and then bring the South Asia Gulf migration corridor. What? To bring that within the ambit of SARC, ILO, and then United Nations Convention. So we are expecting that India take a lead role in voicing or to stand besides or with the rights of the South Asian migrants, and also to bring the South Asian Gulf migration corridor within the ambit of SARC, South Asian Association of Asian Regional Cooperation, International Labour Organization, and United Nations Conventions. So this is the background what I am giving you, and please do comment on this. You might be thinking this is not today's, but this will be based on what you say. The question could be on in regards to the migrant workers. The question could be in regards to the migrant workers, rights of the South Asian migrant workers. So many of them will try to prepare the migrants in India, but there could be a possibility that the UPSC will focus the migrant issues not only in regards to India COVID-19, but the migrant issue in the South Asian countries, and then how India can take an opportunity and take a lead role in making sure that the South Asian Gulf migration corridor can be brought in within the ambit in the sense within the limit of SARC, ILO, and United Nations Convention. So this could be part of the IR in the mains, because diaspora. So diaspora is the, so this falls under GS paper 2 mains, GS paper 2 IR, international relations, because diaspora is one of the topics. The other one is migrants or migrant crisis. So based on both, there could be a question on topic diaspora or on topic migrant crisis. So please do take it into consideration and then write the question. Try to answer the question. Comment on it. Not Atmanirbhar Bharat mission, Gopi. It is Vande Bharat mission. Atmanirbhar is talking about being vocal about local self-sufficiency. So we have discussed about disengagement and few points in regards to geography map based, and then this again in regards to the national park or tiger reserves or biospheres, bioreserves for prelims point of view, that is in regards to the ecology and environment for prelims, and this again in regards to the malnutrition for prelims point of view, that is in regards to the society, and then this again in regards to the SNT about the virus, and this is again in regards to the economy. We have discussed about the different shapes of recovery. Fine. So this is the recapitulate, and I would say a very big thank you to all of you and a good luck. Very big thank you and a good luck, and you can do it. And you can do it in the sense you can get or you can reach your goals. And then please do like the video, share the video, subscribe the video. that is of advanced knowledge system, AKS IAS Academy, do visit the site of aksis.com, and the telegram link of AKS IAS Academy is t.me/aks.aksis, and my telegram link is t.me/Sandeep Bhushan SBT. So I said, in regards to the malnutrition, I said I will post one file, PDF file in my telegram link, and I will do it today. Please do find it. Please do find it, and then see you tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. and then maintain the consistency, and then stick to your schedule, and then maintain or definitely take care of your physical health and mental health. And I hope this session was very informative and a knowledgeable one for you in regards to the civil services preparation, as well as the one who is preparing for public service or AP or Telangana Public Service Commission examination, competitive examination. So thank you, and then see you tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. And I will definitely go ahead with coming up with this kind of daily newspaper analysis, which will be very useful, informative, and then high scoring. What is very important is scoring, high scoring, not only informative, knowledgeable, but also high scoring in the prelims as well as mains examination, and then your goal, I mean reaching your goal or your success. Fine. Thank you. See you tomorrow at 7:30 a.m.